My Alyssa was a beautiful, kind, and gentle soul. She loved everybody and saw the beauty and greatness in everybody. She would never let me say anything bad about anybody. Mom, why are you locking the doors? We live in Parkland. Nothing bad ever happens in Parkland, she would tell me. Valentine's Day. It actually wasn't Alyssa's favorite day. She was not looking forward to this day. She just wanted a Valentine. She wanted somebody to love her and care for her. She even posted on Instagram how she wasn't looking forward to this day. That morning, I gave her a bag full of earrings, hoop earrings that she loved to wear, and diamond studs for her second hole. I also gave Alyssa hair ties, because she was always losing her hair ties, leaving them in the shower, leaving them on the floor. Mom, can I have your hair tie? I'd always have to take it out of my hair and to give to her. Also a chocolate bar. She loved chocolate. She was happy to receive that gift that morning at 7:15 a.m. in the morning. They had to get to school. I drove Alyssa and Aaron to school like I did every morning. Same thing. We dropped them off and they get out of the car. And that morning I told Alyssa, I love you. And that would be the last time that I speak or see my daughter, Alyssa Miriam Alhada. She looked beautiful that day. She was wearing a black and white dress. I think it was her best friend Abby's dress. They loved to give each other's clothes to each other. They had fun with that. We would always, Abby would come over and I'd have a whole pile of clothes of Abby's. And Alyssa would go to Abby's house and the same thing. All of Abby's clothes was Alyssa's clothes. That day, Alyssa walked across the street with the crossing guard. And I made a right-hand turn, and that was the last that I saw of my loving, caring, beautiful daughter, Alyssa. I don't even know what time it was, but I think, 2 o'clock in the afternoon maybe, my friend Danielle texted me and said that there was a shooter at Stoneman Douglas High School. And I ran as fast as I could. I got in my car, and I must have broken a lot of different speed limits and stop signs. And I got as close as I can go until the traffic stopped me, and I parked on the sidewalk. I drove my car up on the sidewalk, and I ran. And someone even told me they saw me on TV running. And I ran till I couldn't go any farther. They had policemen there with guns. There was lots of policemen there with guns at that time. And the yellow caution tape stopped me from going any farther. And I was screaming, and I looked around me, and yes, everybody was concerned, but I was the only one screaming. I was grabbing myself and holding myself tight. I knew Alyssa was gone at that point. I felt her, or I knew she needed help. I knew she needed me. And I'm her mother. I tried to get to her. I even ran past that yellow tape, and I pushed my way through to those security guards, police officers. And they were 3 times the size of me, and I couldn't get past them. They pushed me back. So I said to them, if my daughter is shot, where will she be? Where will she go? And they didn't really know, actually. They said, well, 3, 4, 5 different hospitals in Florida. I said to them, give me the names. And I told my mother to go one place, and my mother-in-law to go to another place, and my friend went to another place. And then I was a big police officer with a big gun, and I said, I need a police escort to the hospital. I need to find my daughter. And I started running, and I said to him, run with me, and we ran, and I was running faster than this man who was probably much more fit than I was and a lot stronger than I was. We ran, and I was running faster, and we got that police car, and we got into the car. It took us 45 minutes to get to the hospital. He didn't use his sirens, and he was trying, I know. He was trying to get there as fast as he could. However, to our unveil, Alyssa was not there. We looked for her. We thought maybe she was a Jane Doe, maybe she was in the operating room, but she wasn't there. So we got back into the police car, and we drove back. My husband and family and friends, they were all at other hospitals. People were going to the Marriott to look for Alyssa, and we couldn't find her. Alyssa, where are you? Finally, getting to the Marriott, they put us in a room. They said, wait. I think it was about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But we want answers. I'm her mother. We want answers. No answers. We waited, and we waited, and we waited. I think it was about 2:30 in the morning before we was told that they think, we're not 100% sure, we think your daughter has died. Before that, actually, though, we went to the room. I went to Rabbi Gutnick, and I said to him, Alyssa has died. Where? Where are we going to bury her? And with all the kind love of Rabbi Gutnick, he said to me, don't worry, I will take care of this. I got this. And I can't believe that we're talking about this. Alyssa's the type of girl that if she wants something, she would literally call me 50 times to get what she wants. She doesn't give up. I knew in a tragedy like this that Alyssa would have called me. She would have used 100 of her friends' phones to call me. I knew she was gone. The next day, I didn't sleep at all, but the next day, I went with my mother to the coroner's office to see Alyssa. But I could not see her at that point. However, they told me with 100% certainty that Alyssa was there and that she has passed away. And that was our Alyssa. Honestly, though, at that point, I felt closure. I was finally told the truth with 100% certainty that was my Alyssa. And I signed the paperwork to have Alyssa transported to the funeral home of Star of David in Tamarack, Florida. We left there and went home, and then we had to go a few hours later to the Star of David to sign all the paperwork to have my daughter buried the next day at 10 o'clock in the morning. the next day, we put Alyssa in the ground, but her spirit and her soul will last forever in my heart, in her friends' hearts, and to everybody around the world. Make our schools great again. Hashtag Alyssa Al-Hadaf. President Trump, you want to build a wall? Let's start by building walls around our schools. Let's build a wall at the doorways of our classrooms. This scum was able to break the glass of my daughter's room and spray bullets, shooting my daughter Alyssa in the head, in the heart. She had no chance. She was an open target. Let's make each door to the classroom a bulletproof door with high-end bulletproof technology locks. This is 2018, not 1918. We have the ability to put a man on the moon. We have the ability to make a bulletproof door to protect our children from being fired upon. Make our schools great again. Hashtag Alyssa Al-Hadaf. We need layers of security. Someone should not be allowed to drive an Uber up to a school with an AR-15 rifle in hand and just be able to walk into a school campus. Where is Uber's responsibility? We have put laws in that people can't drink until they are 21 years of age, but we allow an 18-year-old teenager to buy an AR-15 rifle? Yes, it's for hunting. And that's exactly what he did. He hunted our children and killed 17 of them. If you don't stop at a stop sign long enough, you are pulled over by a police officer in seconds. You go over the speed limit too much, you are pulled over in seconds. We are focused on the wrong people. Instead of going after law-abiding citizens, we need to focus on the crazy people that can get their hands on semi-automatic guns. We need to take the guns out of our children's hands and get them off the streets. We need to mandate that people who buy guns go through strict psychological testing and background checks on all gun sales to all people. Make our schools great again. Hashtag Alyssa Al-Hadaf. You failed, my precious Alyssa. There was a tip that the FBI was made aware of. It did not act upon it and did not investigate it. I'm sorry, but you are in charge of everyone, and the accountability of this wrongdoing starts at the top and trickles down. Alyssa and 16 other victims would be alive now if the FBI went and acted upon this tip. The signs were there with pictures of this scum of the earth pointing guns in the air on the internet. This scum even said, "I'm going to be a professional school shooter," and no one did anything. Even Broward County Sheriff Scott Israel said his office received more than 20 calls about him in the past few years, and they did nothing. Nothing. More people are to blame. The Broward County School Board getting information from a teacher when this scum went to the school that he was a problem. He needed to be removed to get help, and the school board did nothing. Do nothing and not acting needs to end. It needs to stop. We need action, Mr. President, and it starts with you. We need change and security in the schools as our top American priority. We need layers of security. Let's start with putting metal detectors at every entrance to the schools. Let's give every child a bulletproof backpack, which will come in different sizes, so the children will be able to transform by opening this backpack into a bulletproof suit for them to wear. We should have an armed guard at every entrance of the school. There needs to be tighter laws on buying guns. President Trump, you know what I mean. Make our schools great again. Hashtag Alyssa Alhadef. My Alyssa is gone at age 14. Her body is no longer with me, but her spirit will be with me for the rest of my life. Her friends will breathe for her. Her friends will achieve great things for Alyssa. I will fight for this change, President Trump, for the rest of my life. This is not just one fix. And I don't have all the answers. But as a united country, Republicans and Democrats, let's unite together and figure this out. We are one team. We are the United States of America. Will you help me? Make our schools great again. Hashtag Alyssa Alhadef.